D, The Divorce, both by Frida McFadden, both unhinged in the best possible way. And I need something to bridge the gap, something dark, atmospheric, twisty, and the kind of thing that keeps you up late at night. I feel like Riley Sager is one of those authors I should have gotten to know a long time ago, but better late than never, right? The Only One Left came out in 2023. The premise is why you're going to want to pick this book up and put it on your next TBR. In this book, it's 1983, and the main character, Kit, is a home health caregiver. She's coming off a 6-month suspension because her last patient, who was her own mother, died, and the death was being investigated because the circumstances weren't exactly clear. There's a lot of people in this book that think Kit is responsible, but yet she hasn't been charged. The suspicion is there, and it wrecked her reputation. So when her agency finally calls her with an assignment, she can't afford to turn it down. But the placement is at a place called Hope's End, a beautiful mansion overlooking a cliff that just happens to be crumbling, and I mean literally and figuratively, which makes it gorgeous and terrifying all at the same time. There, in that house, is her patient, Lenora Hope. She's paralyzed. She can only communicate by tapping, but here's the thing about Lenora Hope. She is Maine's version of a Lizzie Borden because she has also been accused of killing her entire family. On the same night that the stock market crashed, her whole family was murdered inside this mansion. Her parents, her sister, and somehow Lenora was the only one who made it. She was never convicted. There was never enough evidence. But for 50 years, everybody also believes that she did it as well. And now Kit is living in that house, taking care of this person. What makes this book work so well? One is the dual timeline happening in this book. You've got the narration from the current main character, Kit, but then you also have journal entries that are being written on a typewriter back in the 1920s. Lenora is literally typing her own confession in this book. But the whole time you're reading it, you're wondering if you can trust her. This woman has spent 50 years under suspicion and never tried to clear her name. The second thing I love about this book is a parallel structure. You've got both women, Kit and Lenora, accused of killing somebody they love that was in their care, both living under a cloud of suspicion. And because of it, Kit realizes that her and Lenora have more in common than they think. And that parallel structure is what keeps Kit in this house. And somehow, it makes you want to root for Lenora. The third thing I loved is this Gothic atmosphere. Do not sleep on the setting of this book. The house is literally on a cliff, and it is literally eroding into the ocean. Every storm that happens in this book, another part of the house gets damaged. You literally can picture the cracks in the walls as things start to tilt and fall into the ocean. And to tie it all in together, there are portraits of the family members who were murdered that have been covered up. There's even still old bloodstains in the carpet where Lenora's family was murdered. Quick pause. If you're new here and love thriller books or you're trying to get into reading, but you don't want to waste your time on books that aren't worth reading, hit the subscribe button because I drop unfiltered reviews every single week. All right, now let's keep it real and get back to the book, The Only One Left by Riley Sager. So the final question, does the landing stick? Because I feel like with Riley Sager, you know you're going to go on a journey that involves twists. You're literally looking for each twist in this book, reading every single sentence, trying to figure it out. And sometimes figuring it out early can be a gift, while other times when you think you figured it out, it ends up being a curse. I did have a theory, and only part of my theory ended up being correct. I'm not going to give you any spoilers, but what I will tell you, Riley Sager knows how to write. You've got every single piece of the puzzle, but you're not going to see this ending coming. The second half of this book went absolutely crazy, and it didn't stop until the final pages, which is my favorite way to read a thriller. I generally want to be guessing until the final sentence. And y'all, I'm giving this book 5 stars. It's been a minute since I've rated a book 5 stars. There are points in the book in the beginning that, yes, it feels like it's slow. But when you get to the second half and the twists start twisting and everything starts to turn, you don't know who to trust, you don't know who to believe, and you don't know who's going to be alive in the end. If you love a good thriller book, I definitely would add this to your TBR. It's right up there with Frida McFadden, John Mars, Mary Kubica. Riley Sager built an incredible atmosphere. He laid the foundation for this very detailed story, yet characters and the plot continued to develop throughout the entire course of this book. If you've read The Only One Left, I want your honest opinion. Drop it in the comments and let me know, what did you think about this book? What did you rate it out of 5? And did you figure it all out? Was your theory correct? All right, y'all, you know the drill. Happy reading, and I'll see you in the next video.